How are we doing? It is a gloomy Wednesday in West Virginia. It's Wednesday, November the 27th, and I have a great show cooked up for you today. I did a lot of stuff in the past week. I went and saw the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the heavy metal Christmas group. It was a gift. It was a great gift. I moved. I am back home for the holidays. That's an exciting time. Great time to be me. I got a lot of opinions. It was some stuff I saw on the internet that made me upset. My entire house is being, I don't know, it's got construction all over the place. So if you hear any weird noises, men walking around, got a steel beam on their shoulder, walking around catcalling people. Hey, Toots, hey, how you doing? Hey. Bunch of other stuff happened though. I'm excited. This show is different. It's a conversation. So let's conversate. Let's have the monologue in order to have the dialogue. Let's start off from the top. So I went and saw the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was a great gift. It was a fantastic gift. I'm very thankful that I was able to go. I had it's not like I was planning to go see them or anything. It just was a spur of the moment thing. It was a gift given to me, and I was like, hey, you know what? Might as well go. The show was great. That was electric. The lights all over the place. The guitars. The talent. The artists were very talented in all aspects. The crowd stunk. It was one of the worst crowds I've ever seen in the history of entertainment. Okay, there was multiple occasions where people were getting up in the middle of the show, and I was sitting on the floor. I had floor seats, and there was a walkway. Multiple times, there was at least 7 people congregated in the middle of this walkway, just sitting there waiting to do something, and everyone is so slow. I don't understand why people walk so slow. That's a problem I have being back in West Virginia. Everyone is very slow. So the people are congregating in the middle of the show, which is very distracting. In between songs, or whenever a singer takes a long pause to breathe, or there's a break in the song or something like that, you can hear murmuring in the background. Just the people in the stands murmuring. And they're all trying to whisper lowly, and because everyone is collectively whispering lowly, it creates a louder sound for everyone. And it's quite annoying. If I was on stage, I would have called them all out. It's quite distracting. And it just ruins the integrity of the entire performance. The crowd was horrible. There was a woman sitting in front of me, about a couple rows in front of me. She was Facebook live streaming the show. Facebook live streaming the show. And we wonder why China is just absolutely decimating us and everything. Okay, if the people wanted to see the show, they probably would have went and saw the show. They probably wouldn't have watched it on your Facebook account, Janice. Okay? Nobody wants to watch anything on a Facebook live, Instagram stories, Snapchat. Nobody wants to watch a concert like that. Okay, it's bad enough. I told you, I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3 stories. It's bad enough you do more than that. However, she did multiple songs. Multiple songs of her recording the whole time. There was no need for it. It's unbelievable. I'm not over that. Just it was distracting me. I was watching I found myself watching the performance on her phone as opposed to as opposed to the people in front of me. And the artists were great. They were running around in the crowd, getting people hyped up, playing the songs and singing and stuff like that. They have the original songs. I thought they just played Christmas music solely, but they have their own music. It's like heavy metal stuff, so it's not really up my alley. But I mean, they could rock out. I could like listening to people shred on the guitar, and they could shred on the guitar. I'll tell you that much. They did this one thing though that kind of bothered me. They had this so in the middle of a song, this big ball arose on the ground, and then these 2, I don't know, rods also arose beside of it. And then they just shot lightning at this thing. And it created this high-pitched whirring sound that sounded like, picture if there was an electric kazoo. So if someone played the kazoo for a heavy metal band and it was plugged into something, that's what it sounded like. It was like, and except I sat right by it, so I couldn't hear the music or the singing. All I heard was, and flames shot up every time it hit it. There was 2 songs. It came up during 2 songs. I couldn't hear a single guitar note because all I heard was the And it made me upset because everybody knows I don't like annoying noises like that. Or it's like an electric vuvuzela, like from the South African World Cup in 2010, which the South African World Cup in 2010, the video game for it and the soundtrack for the World Cup, arguably the best of all time. However, I digress. The songs that they were playing were heavy metal stuff, and I thought it was just Christmas music because everybody knows the Christmas songs that they play with the light shows, and it's just like seeing it live is just like seeing it on the commercials or seeing videos of it, like the light show aspect of it, or the ones where people have their homes synchronized up to the song. It's awesome. I mean, it's a spectacle. I highly recommend everybody go see them. And I did some research on the group. There's essentially two groups. There's an East Coast group and a West Coast group. Because I saw them in Pennsylvania, but the same night there was a show in Washington. So the two main guitarists split up and made their own groups, East Coast and West Coast, but it's all under one roof. So that check is getting split up a lot of different ways because it's a lot of road crew, a lot of different singers, a lot of guitarists, drummers, keyboardists, everything. But last year they made $52 million in 52 days, so I think they're okay. They only tour like a little bit of October, November, and then December. That's it. They tour a couple months out of the year, collect a couple mil, and chill out. And probably sell some, like they're one of the highest ticketing acts every year. Like they sell more tickets than like Lady Gaga or someone. They're like a top 15 in ticket sales every single year. It's insane. And here's why. They're clean. So it's an audience of all ages. Everyone can bring their entire family. They play two shows. They'll play a show at 3:30 sometimes and a show at 8. And I don't know, they have notoriety. Getting Christmas in the entertainment business is like getting the Holy Grail. That's why, oh my gosh. So Casey Musgraves thinks she's the first person to ever do a Christmas special. And I love Casey Musgraves, and I think she's extremely talented and one of the best artists of our generation. However, she's not the first person to do a Christmas special, and I hope she knows that. I got into entertainment before the holiday specials. Everybody knows I want to do the Halloween Spooktacular, the Thanksgiving. I'll put me on the microphone at 8 in the morning in the freezing cold in New York and let me announce a parade. Oh, here's Snoopy. I'll do it. And I love Christmas time. Send me out there for Flag Day. I'll get my dad out there for Veterans Day. It'll be a whole thing. Okay, so let's move on from the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. What else has happened to me in the past week? All right, so I saw a video of some college open mic, some kid at a college open mic, and it looked like a cafeteria. It was like Bryant University or Bryan University. I don't know. I don't even know the kid's name. It's not really important. What matters is, people got on stage and took the mic out of his hand because he was saying jokes that they deemed inappropriate. The joke was bad. It wasn't a good joke. It was a comparison between white parents and black parents. And he said that, and people got up in arms and tried to take the mic from him. And he was up there, he was like, "It's clean, I didn't curse, it's a clean joke, it's clean." He was talking about like hitting children. Like there was a difference between it was just a bad joke. Okay, it was a bad joke. I would never say it, but the kid is probably 19 years old. This is me sounding really stupid. The kid is 19 years old at a college open mic, and you're filming it and putting him on blast. You're going into the places where people work things out, and he doesn't know he crosses the line until it's too late. Okay, you're going to college open mics. The lowest of the low. Well, maybe not the lowest of the low, but like it's pretty low in terms of shows. It's in a cafeteria. It's not even in a bar or a coffee shop or anything. He's playing in a cafeteria, and then some white knight gets up there after him. He's like, "Hey, the Joker had his own movie, I thought," and tries to seem like he's playing hero ball, but I already know the facade that guy's saying words through. Okay, nobody knows. He doesn't know he crossed the line until he crossed it. Like, he made a black and white comparison. Okay, black parents be like this, white parents be like that. The same people that are hating on this kid, and I don't even remember his name, it's not important, are the same people that were hitting the like button on Vine. Every third Vine I saw from King Batch was like, white people be like this, black people be like this. 100,000 likes. I never liked a single one of those because I thought they were dumb and tacky and not funny. They would always be, white people be like this, black people be like this. And then that was the joke. Cool. Just say you want to cancel comedy altogether and we'll move on. Because you're hiding in this elaborate ruse that you've created where it's just, well, we're performing. I don't know, dude. It's like, why are you filming college open mics and putting kids on blast? People say there's not a war against comedy. You're filming people that aren't even comedians telling jokes, and you're like, or like you're filming open mic comedians, which is where people go to work things out, or even know if they even have a hint of a joke. You're filming that, taking the joke out of the water, pulling the fish out of the water, and saying this fish doesn't belong here. Oh, no wonder the fish doesn't belong on land. You're pulling it out of the water. Jokes belong in water. The jokes belong in context. That's the water. You're pulling the fish out of the water, and you're saying, "Well, this isn't right." It's all a big joke. It'll all straighten out eventually. And what people don't know is that whenever you go after someone and you try to cancel them, and there's been a lot of people that have been in this cancel mob that see it from the other side, and they're like, "Oh, this is stupid. We're just creating a mob mentality of fascism." They then switch and be like, "Oh, well, how about let's just act like a normal person and realize when things don't come from a place of hatred, then it's not a bad thing." I'm not saying all words should be allowed to be said. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying let people tell jokes. A lot of the times people are going after people for ticky-tack stuff. And it just goes like, people say that they were attacked online. They were harassed online. Or as my high school said, harassment. My high school wouldn't say harassment because they thought the ass part in harassment was inappropriate. So they just said harassment. Because that makes sense. People are saying, "Oh, well, the mean guy said mean things online to me, which made me sad." Okay, don't look at it. It's the internet. You don't have to look at that. Just look at things you want to look at. People, I mean, my God, acting like it's the biggest thing in the world. Children are being like chemically bombed in Syria, and you're worried about what the mean people say in the fake world on the internet, and it's not real life. When there's actually real people going through problems every single day. But yeah, that's fine. The mean words on the internet, that's the most important thing in the world right now. Come on, bro. Get real. Man, I miss jokes. And I've probably said that 10,000 times. I just miss jokes. I remember every third Vine, and I'm blaming you people for making the Vine people famous. Every third Vine was white people being like this, black people be like this. That was it. That's all they said. And you ate it up every single week. Unbelievable. All right, what else happened to me? Okay, I got a haircut. If we could talk about that. I love getting my hair cut. I love going to the shop. Everyone says nice things about me. They always compliment my hair and my looks. And they always believe in me. That's why I love going in there. Plus, it's fairly priced. However, and I'm not making this up, the haircut place, the salon, the bar, yeah, I think it's it's not a salon. I get my haircut by women. I always get my haircut by the same woman. She's fantastic. She's the best in the business. It is in between, and she didn't do this. Okay, she was there first. It is in between a lice removal store. Yeah, it's a store, and a pet groomer. Yeah. So I get my haircut in between a place that's they take lice out of people's head and where they groom pets. So that's always good to know that I'm in between fleas and lice. I mean, all three businesses, they're going to stay in business forever because people keep growing hair, people's pets keep growing hair, and people keep getting lice. If you have lice, if you have hair and you're a child, there's a chance you're going to get lice. And I heard through the news that the schools have stopped checking for lice in elementary school because it is a lifestyle choice. Everything's a lifestyle choice nowadays. Well, I want my son to have lice. I'm offended. I'm offended my son doesn't have lice. All right, let's see. Okay. I have been on a bender of sweets. I have a weakness for sweets. I have a sweet tooth, and it needs to be tamed. Well, has anyone ever heard of this cake called Paul Newman cake? No, nobody. I'm asking like there's actually people beside of me. This Paul Newman cake is delicious. There's whipped cream on top, there's chocolate cake aspect, and then the bottom is just filled with caramel. And then if you let it set for a couple days, the cake soaks up the caramel, and it is just insane. And maybe there's coconut sprinkles on top or something like that. I'm addicted to this Paul Newman cake. I also had some Andes candies yesterday and an oatmeal cream pie from Little Debbie. I need to be stopped. I ate regular food. I mean, it's not like I'm just surviving on sweets. I had regular food. Do you know Nick Saban eats 2 Little Debbie cakes for breakfast every day? And that man is a champion. The guy constantly wins. And he's from West Virginia, so it makes sense. But I'm worried that, like, I don't understand how diabetes works, and I'm worried that I'm going to, like, somehow get it from eating, like, garbage for the past couple days. I've been traveling. I can't help it. Okay, I had a banana and an oatmeal this morning before I recorded this, so that's a little bit healthier than Andy's candies and oatmeal. And the Little Debbie cakes, man. Oh my god, the fudge rounds. I tell you what's the most underrated one out of all those. And I think Nutty Bar is also Little Debbie, but the chocolate chip cream. It's like the 2 cookies, but they're not actual cookies, but they just have chocolate chips in them and the cream in the middle. I don't know what they're called. They're incredible. Those ones are the best ones. I Okay, so, and I think in college when I was like trying to like lift weights, there was a good 10-month period where I lifted weights 5 times a week and actually looked like a healthy human being as opposed to the cinnamon from the Apple Jacks commercials like I do now because I just run all the time. I would get oatmeal and put protein powder in it, and then it was chocolate protein powder, and then get a scoop of peanut butter, throw that around, and it honestly tasted like no-bake cookies, and it was amazing. So I highly recommend everybody to put a little chocolate protein powder in your oatmeal, swish that around, get some peanut butter or almond butter or whatever you need to survive. Put that in there, bingo. Going back to the lice thing, because I want to go back to that, because now it's like a conversation. This is my out loud journal, as opposed to the whole show. You get a fine show. Why did my mom not let me try on hats in the store? Because she was afraid I was gonna get lice. She would just say, "Don't try hats on at school. You'll get lice." I had lice one time, and I noticed it like as soon as I got it, and I immediately got the shampoo or whatever in my head, and it was fine. Like I noticed like a baby tiny lice, and my mom was like, "Hey, we need to rectify this." And I remember accidentally getting a little bit of it like in my eyes, and it burning really bad. Anyways, my mom would always say, uh, "Don't try hats on at school, you'll get lice," or "Don't try hats on in the store, you'll get lice. You'll get lice." But then I would buy the hat and just be allowed to wear it, as if me purchasing the hat just completely gets rid of the lice. I don't know if that's how that works, Mom. Don't try it on, you'll get lice. My sister, yeah, she said the same thing to my sister, too. Oh, before I forget, because we're almost got 10 minutes left of the show, remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at francosworld_. Go to baseballlegendapparel.com for all your apparel, phone cases, keychains, stickers, a bunch of other stuff, bracelets. I got a sweet new bracelet. Then he's got hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve. He's got leggings for the women. I think he's even got baby clothes if you have a little one. little something for the holidays. There's a holiday sale, but there's also a promo code Frank with 10% off at checkout. Use promo code Frank at baseballlegendapparel.com. That's FRANK, Frank. BaseballLegendApparel.com, BaseballLegendApparel.com, BaseballLegendApparel.com. Where was I going before I did the ad read? Oh, okay. Last night on this night show, I watched 5 seconds of it and turned it off because I remember when comedy shows used to be about comedy and not being like politically. I did an impersonation of Yanni P and Chrissy D from the History Hyenas podcast. Ladder 14, it's a character piece. But I remember when comedy shows used to be about comedy and not being like politically. Jimmy Fallon had Bernie Sanders on his show last night, and then they sang a song, and that was apparently hilarious, but I couldn't hear anything. I just remember seeing the applause here, sign get pulled down our bunch, and everybody laughed, and middle America was like, oh my God, he's so relatable. I love this guy. Guess who was the guest? Gary V. And everybody knows I love Gary V, the world's most ambiguous motivational speaker / investor / baseball card collector. I'm sitting on a pile of baseball cards, Gary Vee. You can come to my house, you can appraise them yourself. If you want any of them, I'll give them to you. So I wonder what that conversation was like between Gary Vee and Jimmy Fallon. Gary Vee was probably like, I am so innovative and I'm doing all these things. Oh yeah, you're great. You're fantastic. Yeah, he's great. He's great. And I, like me in the crowd, I'm just like, what do you innovate? He's like, you have to be on TikTok and put them on your Instagram story so you can produce content. Right, but like, what do? We innovate. We do things. We collect baseball cards and wine. Okay, Gary. No, you're not listening to me. I said, if you're not collecting baseball cards and watching the Jets and drinking wine, your life is over. How old are you? You're 23? Oh, man, you're done. You're screwed. That's what he sounds like to me. And then Jimmy Fallon's like, oh, yeah, he's great. He's fantastic. Yeah, no. Sing song with some Muppets. Yeah. Justin Timberlake. Yeah, Justin Timberlake, everybody. He's here. He's oh, yeah, no, he's great. He's fantastic. Man, I don't even know where to go from there. This conversation episode, I got 7 minutes. I got 7 minutes of material left to fill, and I don't know what to talk about. I've just been obsessed with the History Hyenas podcast. I also listened to Tim Dillon was on Joe Rogan last week, and I listen to Joe Rogan whenever he brings comedians on. And I like Tim Dillon. I like Tim Dillon a lot because he is a regular guy. Tim Dillon is a regular person who he just tells it like it is. It's just what it is. And, they talk about everything that's going on in the world of comedy. They talk about material. They talk about places they've played. They talk about just real political issues in the world. And they talk about the whole Epstein thing. They talk about a lot of stuff. It's an interesting listen. I like to watch them, but it's an interesting listen if you need something to do today. I haven't seen The Irishman. I know that came out earlier this morning. I thought it was supposed to come out the 25th, and they're like, no, it's coming out at 3 a.m. on the 26th. So I obviously didn't watch that. Sebastian Maniscalco's in it. That's pretty cool. I love when comedians get to play serious roles in movies because they have range. Getting on stage and especially performing the way he does, it takes a wide brush. But I'm excited to see The Irishman. I only know a little bit about it. I know Jimmy Hoffa or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what role Sebastian Maniscalco plays in it, but I know Scorsese, De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, everybody. They're all in it. It's got to be great. Oh, one of those old mob movies. It's 3.5 hours long, so I'm gonna have to plan my complete life around it. Oh my gosh! Can anyone hear that? It's like storming right now. It's a sun shower. I've got 5 minutes left to go, and then we are done. Let's see what else we have on the docket today. Oh, okay. So some news came down about Twitter. What data? Okay, I wrote this in the 11th. Some news came out about Twitter, how they're going to start deactivating accounts that aren't in use or anything in December. I wrote a joke down on the 11th of November, and I am heated because now I have to throw it in the garbage. Here's the joke. Dead people's Twitter accounts. Here's the title. New rule, I think when people pass, their Twitter account should be deactivated because a lot of cool ad names are being taken up by the dead. You can put it up for auction, I don't care, but these people had they shot when they were alive and now they blew it. Next man up. That was the whole premise, and obviously I would expand on that. So I'm upset because I've probably had a minute and a half of material on how there's a lot of cool ad names out there that I can't take because dead people are taking them up. Maybe I wouldn't have to have Franco's World _. Maybe I would just have Franco's World. Did we ever think about that? You don't want to be mean because some people, celebrities have their management take over their accounts for them, but then there's like a lot of local people that have passed. Not in my local area, obviously, but like in the entire world, everyone has local people that were just regular people that died. And what the heck? Oh man, I'm blowing up on TikTok. I keep getting notifications. Holy cow, what's going on? What's going on? You check the TikTok right here. Skip an ad. Getting ads on the talk. Oh, great. Now my phone's not working because I got a 6S and I have a phone from the prehistoric era. It's just what it is. I got a notification. Somebody said, hey, they keep liking my comment on your TikTok account. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. I blew up. Oh boy. What the heck happened? I have 59 followers all of a sudden. Oh my god, it blew up. I have 14,000 views on a TikTok. Are you serious? What the heck? 351 likes out of nowhere. I have 14,000 views on this video. What? What? What the heck? 14.3 thousand views on the TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at Franco's World. I'm going to start putting content out there. If you're going to blow up, that's where it is. Oh my God. I did a fake science experiment thing to show how stupid everyone was, and it blew up. I thought it went away because I had like 3,000 views. Like, I put it out there and I got like 3,000 views instantly, and then it died down. I was like, oh, well, nothing's going to happen. I checked it today. I got a bunch of followers. I got like 44 more followers, and oh my gosh, 14,000 views, 300 some likes. So I'm doing this to show how stupid everyone is and how the TikTok algorithm makes no sense. I just used the popular hashtag, did a fake science experiment, and told everybody to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow came a week ago, and I still haven't done anything. I'll make a video today, and I'll be like, oh, you guys are still here? Oh, yeah, nothing happened. It just, like, nothing happened. What the heck? I'm TikTok famous, baby! How much does that pay? I heard in an interview, Brittany Furlan, who's married to Tommy Lee, Brittany Furlan said she was making $100,000 per Vine back in the day, per advertised Vine. So I'm going to get on that grind. I'm going to get on the TikTok grind. Why not, dude? It's going to blow up. All that matters is you just create a bunch of content. I remember seeing some girl that talks with a funny voice. She had like 500,000 followers, and then like a week later, she was ahead of a million. So it's a weird algorithm, and it doesn't make any sense, but we reached the final minute. So thank y'all very, very much for listening to today's show. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Remember to tell your friends, your coworkers, your bosses, your aunts, your uncles. It's the holiday season, folks. Your cousins, the cool ones that you don't have to sit at the small table with. Maybe your nieces and nephews, and maybe even your dogs about the show so it can grow. In the meantime, you keep all those questions coming, folks, because I read them all. And you just keep taking care of yourself. I'll see you when I see you, and I hope you have a great day.